8 hours. Peter Strzok testified on Capitol Hill to 2 committees. It was a joint meeting. It took close to 10 hours, and he was very clear. Despite what the Republicans say, I am not biased against anybody when I'm working. I have political feelings, but when I'm working, I can separate myself, and he was defiant to Trey Gowdy about that. Watch this.
Let me be clear, unequivocally and under oath, not once in my 26 years of defending our nation did my personal opinions impact any official action I took. This is true for the Clinton email investigation, for the investigation into Russian interference, and for every other investigation I've worked on.
Agent Strzok, despite the plain language of his texts and emails, despite the Inspector General's report, and despite common sense, doesn't think he was biased. He thinks calling someone destabilizing for the country isn't bias. He thinks promising to protect the country from someone he hasn't even begun to investigate isn't bias. He has a different set of rules for others that he's investigating.
I could listen to Trey Gowdy interrogate anybody for hours. In fact, it would have been great if maybe just Trey Gowdy went. Joining us now is the Oversight Committee Chairman, his predecessor, Jason Chaffetz. Jason, he says he could separate what he felt about politics and what he did at work. But he was texting at work about politics, 40,000 texts using a work iPhone. So you can't tell me he could separate them. Do you think anyone bought that?
No, I don't think anybody bought it, but I think Congressman John Ratcliffe did the best job of drawing that out, that there was supposedly this clear line that he would never do anything at work except 40 to 50,000 times that he did it. And remember, we still don't see all of the texts that are out there. And then you saw the Democrats showing their true colors, going out there saying that the guy should have, be giving a Purple Heart, for goodness sake. It was an embarrassment what
Jason,
they did.
I think we were all watching because we want to know, did his political influences or did his political bias influence the investigation into Hillary Clinton? Because she was not indicted. And did it influence what was happening with Donald Trump with the collusion investigation that's still ongoing? He is removed from that investigation, Robert Mueller's investigation. We as Americans, we deserve to know whether or not his bias influenced those investigations. Did we get any answers yesterday?
Well, yes. Remember that Peter Strzok did not get prosecutorial decision-making authority when he was looking into the Hillary Clinton emails. But the core, the behind the scenes, what's really happening here is you have the Inspector General and the Office of Professional Responsibility looking at, did this person use their office? Did they use assets? Did they use money? Did they move personnel to go after Donald Trump? That's where he could have utilized his title and moved things, and that is an open question. And every time we started to get a little closer to that, he would back way off. But I can't believe he still has a security clearance. I don't know why he's still employed. But he's still in a very much a target of the investigation.
I thought it was extraordinary that he revealed he had a whole nother phone that was his personal phone that he texted her all day long, or all the time. And Robert Mueller never asked for that. He still has it in his possession. Apparently, Robert Mueller, when he fired him, didn't fire him for bias, but the appearance of bias. And then the other thing is, that very damning text about, Trump's not going to become president, is he? And he said, we will stop it. He said, I don't remember sending it, but here's exactly what I was thinking. That's not a soundbite. That's your turn to talk.
I'm sorry, I thought you were going to play some sound. Look, this is why you have the Inspector General who has made referrals to the Office of Professional Responsibility. You do have the Attorney General who put John Huber into place. That may be going on behind the scenes. And so for him to claim that conveniently, hey, I never saw anything, you could see why he worked well at the heels of Director Comey, who said, we don't do sneaky stuff and we don't do leaks. But Director Comey ended up doing both of those. You can see why he's a good fit for Director Comey.
Chairman, I want you to listen to Jim Jordan. He had a different approach and a different angle. He went into the dossier and tried to link it, tried to find out about the links with Simpson, Korn, and Strzok.
The FBI has directed me that I may say, not me, the FBI received documents and material from Mr. Orr.
Did you? I appreciate
sir.
that. I appreciate that. But you
No.
did not from Mr. Orr.
No.
Okay. But the FBI did get documents from Bruce Orr.
Yes, sir.
Did they get the dossier from Bruce Orr?
My direction from the FBI, as I may tell you, the FBI received material.
So
What was the important part of that, Jason?
Well, it's very important because the FBI has denied parts of this.
Yeah.
The timing of this, July 31st, that is a core part of it. But the FBI has been evidently telling Congress that parts of these things did not have it happen. And remember, Bruce Orr's wife worked at Fusion GPS.
Cozy.
And so Bruce Orr, an FBI agent, his wife's working there in a company that has less than 20 people. And they're telling Congress these things didn't happen. You see why Devin Nunes and Trey Gowdy and John Ratcliffe and these people who get to see behind the scenes, why they're so concerned about it. And Jim Jordan was right on spot. He drew out probably the most important factual information from the hearing.
It'll be interesting to see what happens today behind closed doors. Lisa Page, the other Lovebird's going to be up on Capitol Hill, and I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough what she has to say. Jason, thank you very much for joining us today from Utah. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
All right. It is 7:13.